What up, YouTube family? It's April G. Showers back at y'all with another episode of An Hour with April G. Showers. We got Lex Bratcher in the house.
Let's go. What's good, April G?
What's good? I'm so honored and grateful.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here and talking to you and all of that. It's gonna be great.
Yes. All
All
right,
right.
y'all. April G. Score. Fist up. Love y'all. Let's get it. All right. So starting out, if you'll give me a little bit of background, like your age, where you from, school, family, whatever you're comfortable sharing.
Yeah. So my name's Lex Bratcher, and I was born in Dayton, Ohio. But I was raised in Columbia, Maryland, the DMV. I am 25, just turned 25 in January.
Wow.
Big Capricorn.
I can't believe you're just 25. I'm so old.
No, I you started reacting to my stuff when I was like 21. It's been a minute.
That's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, I currently live in LA. Yeah, just a rapper. I went to school. I studied in two places. For freshman year, I went to Ohio University, and then for my sophomore year, I went to Towson University, and then I dropped out after that. So I haven't gone to school since, and it was the best decision I ever made.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then family, I know your mom and you have
Alabama.
sibling.
I do. I have an older brother, and then I have two younger siblings. My little brother on my mother's side, and then my sister and my brother on my father's side.
Cherish them.
I do. I try.
Have you always wanted to be a rapper? If not, what did you want to be when you grew up? And when did you know?
Yes, so I've always wanted to be a rapper since I was 9 years old. The first time I ever picked up a pen, I was nine, and I was like, I wanted to be like Soldier Boy. I wanted to be like Soldier Boy because he was just popping off when I was around that age. It was like 2007, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. So I started writing, and then my mom was dating a guy at the time who was actually starting his own label, and so he would take his artists to the studio, and I would have to come with him because my mom tended to work very late, and so I ended up hanging out with him and his artists in the studio, and I was just like, I love this. I want to be around this. I think this is so cool. And I recorded my first song when I was 9, and
Wow.
then I finished an entire EP by the time I was 11. It took me 2 years, but
Wow.
yeah, and I put it on a little CD. I burnt CDs because
Uh-huh.
I was the wizard of the family back then. I was the only person who knew how to use the computer. So I would burn a bunch of CDs and write the names on them, write my
I did that growing up. Yeah, in my
yeah.
in my 20s when I was
Yeah.
your age. Back in LimeWire days.
Yes, exactly. And then I would go out and pass the CDs out when I was 11. So,
Wow.
mhm. But I
So you've been doing this, you're 25,
16 years
16.
technically.
Yeah.
Very on and off. I was a kid. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I would go to school and then forget about rap for a year or two, and then I moved to poetry. I was like, I don't want to be a rapper. I want to be a poet. And then I moved to DJing. I wanted to just be a professional DJ. And then back to rap to sing everything. I moved, but I never like really took it seriously until I was 20. That's when I dropped out. That's when all of that. And I was like, I'm taking it seriously. And so it's been about 5 years now that I've been like making it a career. And I was fortunate enough back in 2021, I was able to quit my job because and sustain this full time. So
That's amazing.
yeah, thank you.
That's amazing.
It it's it's a very slow journey, and it's like also being your own boss is questionable because you have to have a work ethic and you have to be
Oh
able to
yeah.
yeah, so it's difficult, but it's worth it in the end because I kind of maintain my freedom in my free time and what I get to do and who I get to, hang out with and
Right.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a writer too. I wrote
Yes, you
my
know.
first poem when I was 5.
Wow.
And I've been writing ever since. I love it. I always tell everybody my therapy is prayer, writing, and music.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I feel that.
have you ever thought? I know the answer, but have you ever thought about reacting?
No.
I knew. I knew
Yeah,
that.
I haven't. I admire reactors. I do, and I that it feels like it's just like a lot of work and a lot
It
of effort.
is.
Yeah, I
People
know.
think because it looks so easy
Right.
watching it,
Mm-hmm.
especially which I'm not trying to put down channels who don't break bars down at all, because we definitely need those channels, definitely the
Absolutely.
the entertainers.
Right.
But I have to try to be an entertainer plus break down the bars,
Yep.
and it's a lot of work. Like, from the editing to the making the thumbnails, and
Mm-hmm.
it just knowing when to react to what, and it's not as easy as people think it is.
No, definitely not. I've never thought it was easy. The pure fact of having to be entertaining seems very difficult because like as a creator myself, because obviously you are a fantastic creator and entertainer,
Thank
even
you.
on your off days where you don't feel good, you still have to put on a persona for the camera because it's your job. And like at least I know for me as a writer, like I can write my feelings
Yeah,
and put that into music and I don't have to be in front of the camera every day.
right.
So like that's something I gotta take my hat off to you for.
Well, I found it just to be easier to be myself. And if
Yeah.
I'm depressed that day, I tell my viewers I'm
Hmm.
depressed. If I am listening to a sad song, I cry. I
Yeah.
mean, it is what it is. I am who I am. I'm not going to be fake. I can't. I can't do it.
Yeah. I love that.
I'm not going to act like everything's all rainbows and butterflies around here if it ain't. You know,
Fair.
it's
Fair.
no, I'm not. No. All right. Do you produce at all?
I do. Yeah. So I was so focused on being a good like rapper that I didn't put any effort or as much effort into creating beats or learning how to play an instrument as I wish I would have. And so I feel like my rapping skills aren't, or my beat making skills aren't up to par with my rapping skills. So I don't have too many songs that I produce myself for myself. But there is a couple, like my song Blessed, I produced by myself, which is on my previous EP. And then a few other ones that like are on SoundCloud and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I am learning currently. I'm learning how to produce, trying to learn how to play the piano and pick up the guitar at some point. So we're gonna get there. Just
Yeah, the guitar is very difficult. I can play piano.
Mhm.
I cannot do guitar. Even in like the game Guitar Hero,
Yeah.
I put the guitar in my lap and play it
Uh-huh.
like a piano.
Oh wow, that's hilarious. I love that. It's innovation.
Yeah. So, do you have any of your family have a background in music, or just you?
Just me. I'm
Yeah.
the only person, yeah, that I think of. Yeah. Wow, it's actually kind of crazy to think of. Yeah, no one that I know of. I know that my father and my mom were just really big music listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Like there wasn't really a time where we weren't listening to music. There was no like quiet drives in the car rides. My mom was a very heavy Tupac fan. Yep.
He's my
My
number two.
He's the number two. I actually don't know. I don't have a list, but he's up there for sure. He's kind of the reason that I even considered doing a little bit of conscious rap
Mm-hmm.
almost because he made conscious rap that was listenable
Yes.
and it wasn't just oh my god he's just there this person is just trying to tell me to be
Yeah.
a good person, but it's actually like oh like I could vibe to this.
Yeah.
But yeah, and my dad, he was really heavy on the R&B, and then like I just remember he put me on to like Earth, Wind and Fire and all that kind
Mm,
of stuff. So
mm.
yeah. But
R&B is actually my favorite genre. Uh,
R&B is my favorite genre as well. Yeah.
and then hip hop, of course, very close second. So
Yes.
close they're hugging. But
Yep.
R&B can't nothing get me like R&B.
100%. It's
Uh,
just it's a feeling that it
yes.
and hip hop it invokes of feeling in me as well.
Yeah.
I think because I am a hip hop artist, I I need an ear break
Yeah.
sometimes. So R&B tends to be my go-to, and R&B has really taught me layers,
Yeah.
how to layer hip hop as well, because the way that you can layer harmonies and melodies on top of each other to make them make sound like almost one sound is something that I try to take into using when I'm doing hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys to Men is one of my
They're
favorites.
they're my number one. That's one of the top, actually they'll probably have my favorite R&B song of all time, which is called it's 50 Candles.
Yeah, I like that song. I love End of the Road though.
End of the Road is fantastic too,
End of the Road
obviously.
is my favorite.
Obviously.
Oh, okay. Do you have, and if so, what is your writing process?
Mm. I've just kind of recently realized that my writing process is don't write for like a month, scare myself into believing that I'll never be able to write again, and finally sit down for like 20 minutes. And something that I did recently learn was I have to be bored. So I put my phone away and I just sit there looking at the screen, and then I just make myself bored. I'm like, "Bah, I don't want to do this. I'd
Yeah,
rather be doing other things." And then
yeah,
finally ideas start popping up and I'm like, oh, write
yeah,
this down. I'll listen to a beat first, usually. Hear the beat, flow, do a bunch of mumbling, like, okay, this is how I want the flow to be. All right, I want the switch up to be like this. And then I put the words in. And then I usually would do like one of the first word at the in the first line, the last line, and then fill in between and make it make sense, make it a bar. So
okay,
yeah.
that's dope.
Yep.
My whole life, my process has pretty much always been I'll be just watching TV or whatever, and out of literal nowhere, a title will pop in my head,
Okay.
and then I'm like, okay, it's time to write.
I love that.
And I'm old school, so I write like
You do.
pen,
You know
paper.
tech rights too.
Yes,
Did he tell you that?
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll put the title at the top,
Mm-hmm.
and then I I'm the type I do not stop till I'm finished.
Okay.
And so I just start until I'm done, and then I'm
Yeah.
done. And I'm a pretty fast writer.
Yeah.
Um, Here lately, I've had writer's block, and I can count on both hands how many times I've had writer's block throughout my whole life. And I just did a challenge with my subscribers, and I told them, y'all give me 3 random words. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what they are. And I have done it before where I just
Mm-hmm.
incorporated every word they gave me in a rap,
Mm-hmm.
but this time I'm going to rhyme every word. The words these fools gave me: pneumono ultra microscopic volcano coniosis.
Oh my gosh.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, anti-disestablishmentarian. Like I'm like,
Uh-huh.
so
I get it.
I'm working on it. I'm
You
working.
working on it.
I just got the all the words last night,
Okay.
so
All right. I'm excited to
I've
see.
started putting it together.
Okay.
But
Okay.
all right, so I know, and I get it because I'm a female, but I think it's a good conversation to have. When people call you one of the best female rappers,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of irritates you a little bit.
Definitely.
And I completely understand,
Mm-hmm.
but can you explain that?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I put in my time just like a lot of these other male rappers did, you know what I'm saying? And I think what really irritates me more than anything is the fact that when I get compared to other female
Yeah.
rappers, it's a lot of female rappers that don't consider themselves to be lyricists, don't consider themselves to be like truly a part of the hip hop culture in that they actually care about bars and lines
Yeah.
and all that.
They're
You
more
know,
poppy.
very pop, right, pop stars.
Yeah.
And so the idea that you wanting to call me the best female rapper because you're comparing me in your head to these pop stars and not people who spent a lot of time working on their craft. I want you to compare me to the people who worked their ass, or can I cuss? Sorry.
Yeah.
Worked their ass off and really were determined and were just in love with hip hop the way that I am, and stop putting me in a category of, oh, she's a
A
female.
box.
It's a box, because realistically, I'm outbarring most of these dudes. And
Talk
so,
your shit, girl.
come on, I'm gonna
You
talk
know
my
you
shit. I'm
better
gonna talk my
talk your
shit.
shit.
I'm gonna talk my shit, definitely, especially now. Another thing too is like, I've listened to a lot of these male rappers, and they're all very one note.
Oh
And I
man.
feel like, man, and so I'm like, wow. So I'm the best female rapper, but I'm still underneath. Like, I'll never be in your
Yeah,
top 5. Why will I not be in your top 5?
right.
Because you've already put me in your own little box, and that way you don't actually have to take what I've said and like not measure it, but break it down and see, oh wow, this she has 5 triple entendres in a
Yeah.
8-bar set
I told you the
versus
first time I heard you, I'm like, holy, this girl's a superstar.
yes.
Like, I've
I just
known it.
want to I want to be the best of the best. I don't want to be the best of the women.
Yes.
And I love women, and I want to empower women to feel like we don't have to put our own selves into boxes, because I also think that when the female rap trope of, I don't know, I guess Little Kim and Nicki Minaj and all them
Right.
came, all the other female rappers felt like they had to go into that lane and be there in order to be popular. And I didn't start rapping to be popular. As much as I knew I wanted it to be a career, when I started taking it seriously, I said, I'm in love with this craft. The most joy that I bring myself in life is when I've written a double or triple entendre bar that I was like, how did I even think of that?
Yeah.
I jump up out of my seat, and I'm like, wow, like, and I feel as other, I don't know. I don't love being
You need
compared.
to feel that way. You
Thank you.
should feel
Thank
that
you.
way. You are validated in feeling that way.
I appreciate that.
And I don't view it as being egotistical. There's a big difference in having confidence in yourself and being
Mm-hmm.
egotistical. And
Yeah.
I know you're not egotistical at
Thank
all.
you.
So I know that about you. I mean, okay. So, what are your thoughts on reactions versus long bar breakdowns? Because to me, there is a difference. You have
Mm.
your entertainers who
Yep.
might pause it 3, 4 times, go ooh, ah, ooh, and then
Right.
that was dope, or I didn't like it, or whatever. Like, comment,
Mm.
share, subscribe, deuces. The video's 8, 10 minutes, and then you got me with an hour-long breakdown where I'm like listening to every word, and I'm
Yeah.
like in it, and I'm like trying to catch everything the first time I hear it, which ain't never gonna happen, especially with people like you and Samad. It's just like, oh god,
Mhm.
like I just reacted to Samad's God Did remix a while ago.
He's he's a beast. He's like, if I would, I'm not gonna compare myself, but my 3 top, including myself, is Samad and Merc.
Oh yeah,
Me, Samad,
yeah,
and Merc.
both are amazing.
Yeah,
Both are
I think they're
amazing.
fantastic. I don't find anyone else in this realm that I'm like, wow, I'm completely and utterly
Blown
impressed.
away, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Oh,
said,
Osman Benjamin, actually. I
oh,
put Osman up there too.
he was my last interview. I love
Yeah,
Osman. Love Osman. He is
yeah.
amazing. He's amazing.
He's really good. He's really, really, really good. He actually came to my last show in Phoenix, and it was really nice because I think that a lot of people, I know you haven't got to see me live yet, and
Yeah, I did it, Crips.
oh yeah,
Well,
yeah,
but well, you not like
yeah,
in concert, like a
right,
show, but
yes,
I still got to see you rap live though.
you
I'm
did,
still honored by that.
and I appreciate. Yeah, so he got to come see me perform, and I think when you see me perform, it's a little bit different because the fast rap stuff is cool, but when you can do it live, it's a totally different
Oh yeah,
experience. And
yeah.
I think that he was very impressed by that, and so I we have plans to work in the future, which I'm
That's
excited about.
dope. Oh, I'll
Yeah,
definitely be reacted to that.
definitely. But yeah, to
100%.
answer your question though about do I like long forms or reactions, I absolutely, of course, I'm going to pick long forms. Of course, I'm going to pick, the super bar breakdowns because I spend so much time focusing on writing specific bars for people to catch, and no one ever catches them except you.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, you catch a bunch. You catch a
I
bunch.
know I
You
don't
catch a
catch them all.
bunch.
Ain't no way.
I
And
don't
it's
think
just
anyone will
like
ever catch all of them. So
never. And if somebody is listening to a track by you, a track by Samad, a track by Eminem, a track by Lupe Fiasco, a track
hmm
by Oswin, people on that level of lyricism,
hmm
Tech Nine, that level, and they say, "This is my first time hearing it," and they catch every bar, they a liar. They capping. They've listened to it.
they they're lying.
Yeah,
Yep.
and people like King Crooked. Like it ain't no way. You
hmm
lying.
Or they just, it's not even, they might think that they got every bar, but they don't understand, because I've learned this, right? There's levels to hip hop listeners.
Oh yeah.
There's your listeners that are, this beat is hard, I like the way it sounds. There's people who, oh, it rhymes, that's good enough for me. There's people who, oh, they said one bar, and then there's people who break it down. And so in order to be successful in this, you have to at least have one of them, at least have one of those groups of people. And to be the most successful, you have to have a couple of them, if not all of them. And there's only a few people who have all of them. And I know that that's just kind of the realm of what it is, but some people don't care about the lyricism as much.
No. And it's
And so,
sad. It's sad.
yeah.
And I've had so many people tell me your videos are too long. Your videos are too long. And I'm like, look. And this is what I tell them. I don't care. You don't like it, deuces, because I take music
hmm
extremely seriously.
Yep.
I don't care who I'm reacted to, if they got one subscriber or a million. I don't care. I
Right.
treat every artist with the same amount of respect.
hmm
And if it takes me 15 minutes, cool. If it takes me an hour and a half, cool. I mean, if it's got more bars, it's gonna take longer. Just
Absolutely.
that is what it is. And,
Exactly.
and these artists put so much work into their craft, into writing these lyrics, and I feel like they deserve that respect. And
Absolutely.
and so many artists that I've interviewed, and now I get to add another one to that list, say they prefer the long bar breakdowns
Right.
because it lets them know people care,
Yep.
people respect the craft, people
hmm
respect the work they put in,
Yep.
and so everybody out there that don't like it, tough. Okay. All right. When and why did you start your YouTube channel, and how? Well, you're young, so YouTube's probably been around your whole life. YouTube wasn't around till I was 25. So, when and why did you start your YouTube channel?
I think I started so I think I started my YouTube channel in like 2013, and it was to upload music. It was
Yeah.
because yeah, I wanted to upload all of the songs that I had on. Actually, you know what? I think it was before 2013. I think it was like around middle school. It might have been like 2010 and 2011. And it was because I
I'll
didn't have
look.
any other
I'll
way.
look real quick.
Look real quick.
Let's see. June 27th, 2013.
2013, okay. So 2013, I think I started posting my music because I didn't have any other way. Basically, MySpace had just kind of gone extinct around that time,
Oh
and
yeah, I remember MySpace.
that's where I was posting all my music. I was like 12 years old with a MySpace. I was not allowed to have it. I would lie because I remember in 2008, that's when I really wanted to get a MySpace.
Yeah.
And so I would always have to put my birthday, which is January 17th, and then I put 1990 for all of my like birthdays.
Yeah.
And so that I could say that I was 18. But yeah, so that's when I I started, and yeah, it was predominantly for music. And then I think that at one point I started to, maybe I created a different channel, but it was because I was a basketball player and I would throw my highlights on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I've been seeing your recaps of videos and stuff. I think that's
Yeah,
dope. I like that.
yeah.
I like that a lot. That's dope. Okay. What is your biggest struggle in your life and your biggest struggle in your career?
Oof.
We're getting
Mm.
deep.
Yeah, very deep. Wow. Biggest life struggle as of currently was probably losing my stepfather last year.
I'm so sorry for your
It's
loss.
okay. It didn't really like it was it's just it's odd. It's an odd feeling for
It
me
is.
because it's like no you no. Like it's like no. Like
This
how
ain't real. Yeah.
it's not real. Like
You're in
I just
denial.
talked to you, you know? And to lose him to something that was seemingly it could have been avoided. He died from a diabetic coma.
Mm,
Didn't know that no one knew he had diabetes.
wow.
Yeah. So it was like he was a very fit guy. He was a runner, so he'd go running all the time, but he was well, because I ran X amount of miles, I can eat as much candy as I want. So he was a huge candy eater. And
Non-compliant.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he'd sit on the couch all day, eat junk food, and then go running at night and think that it was gonna, but I digress.
Yeah.
Basically, losing him has been a struggle for me just because he was kind of my only father figure. And
I'm so sorry.
it's okay. It's okay, really. It's learning experiences, and more than anything, it's telling me I need to be closer to my little brother, because now my little brother unfortunately has to grow up without a father, and I know that for young boys, having a father is so important, and I know that I'll never be able to make up in a father figure way
Right,
for my
right.
brother, but trying to get him around other strong men, and by strong men I don't mean obviously
Positive role
physically,
models.
positive role models, in that allowing him to be himself fully and
How
accept
old is he?
fully. He's actually about to turn 13 in like
Mm,
7 days. So
wow. Well,
he,
happy birthday.
happy birthday to him. Yeah. But yeah, and just making sure that he feels comfortable with who he is, and
Yes.
and all of that, and showing him what masculinity can look like, or but doesn't have to look like, and
Right.
femininity and all of that kind of stuff, and allowing him to choose who he wants to be.
Yes.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I'm the same way with my son, and I encourage him. Of course, it's like pulling teeth, but I
Hmm.
encourage him to talk about his feelings.
Yeah.
I think
It's always pulling
yeah,
teeth.
it is. He's 15. I
Yeah.
can't believe that. Y'all watched him grow up.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
he'll be 16 this year, and
Wow.
yeah, he's in high school now. It's crazy, but
Jeez.
yeah, and he's taller than me. He got the man voice now,
Mhm.
and I hate it. I'm
I
like, no,
know.
my baby.
I
But
know.
he's so smart and such a good kid, and I encourage him and always have since he
Hmm.
was little
Hmm.
to talk about his feelings. I think we need to normalize that it's okay for men to be emotional, not a punk ass bitch type
I
emotional,
think men are
but
emotional. We just don't categorize anger as an emotional state.
well, anger. I'm sorry to interrupt. My one of
Oh,
my favorite quotes is anger is hurt's bodyguard.
mm-hmm. 1000%.
Because it's so much
And
easier to show anger than to show
mm-hmm.
hurt.
Or frustration, or irritability. Like that's what I usually get from like my little brother.
Yeah,
Just 13, going through changes and all that,
yeah,
and also it's teaching me to be patient and allowing him to go through that irritability
yeah,
and anger
yeah.
and all of that, because that's currently what he knows. And so like I said, just allowing him to just grow up, and letting him know that every step along his way in his journey, he is protected, and he is loved, and he is cared for and cared about. So important to me, because no matter what, I'll never feel embarrassed by you, or I'll never feel
Exactly.
any I will always love you. My love is unconditional.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. that was the biggest hit in my life, was losing my little brother.
Yeah.
That, oh my
Sorry for
God.
your loss.
Thank you, bruh. Like, I lost my best friend, saw her get shot and killed right in front of me at school when I was 15 by my
Yeah.
neighbor. And I thought nothing could ever be worse than that, because that effed me up, still affects me to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Then my little brother got brain cancer when he was 11. Fought it, went into remission, lacked 3 months, and he would have been considered cured. And it came back when he was 17.
Yeah.
And then he passed away at 21. I was there. I watched him take his last breath. But it's very difficult, but I am the last person that got to make him laugh. And, I was always trying to make him laugh.
Yeah.
And I would then go hide somewhere in isolation and cry. I never broke down in front of him or anything like
Yeah.
that. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be strong,
Right.
and I held on, even though as a nurse, the nurse side of me knew what was coming. The spiritual side of me, they were constantly at battle.
Right.
It's like
Yep.
there's the science brain in me and then the spiritual brain. And I never gave up faith or hope
Mm-hmm.
till he took his literal. And even when I watched him take his last breath, I still stood there. It was like, no, like he's just breathing. And
Yeah.
then you would think, me being a nurse for so long, I would have been calm, but nothing can prepare you.
Nothing.
You think you're prepared,
Mm-hmm.
you think you are, and then it happens, and you're like, I lost it. I went running down the hospital hall screaming, no, knowing he was a DNR. I do not resuscitate, knowing this was it, but I didn't want that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's definitely been the hardest struggle for me, and understanding why, like why,
Yeah.
he was
That's
such
the
a good person, and like, anyway, but and then your biggest struggle in your career.
oh, biggest struggle of my career has probably just been maintaining consistency, and specifically maintaining consistency in being like allowing, or how do I even put this? Man, I'm sorry. The story that you told me is just is it's in my head
I'm
now.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh, I just switching was like, oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
no, but yeah, being consistent and staying positive, really, and staying in a mindset of it's still possible has been a struggle, because obviously making it a career was my goal, and
Yeah,
I'm still able to have this as a job now, but staying positive
yeah,
about my music and feeling like I have the ability to grow to where I want to be has been my biggest struggle.
yeah.
Hmm.
That's tough. It's tough to believe in yourself. I
Yeah,
mean, it is.
definitely.
It is. Okay. What are a couple of your pet peeves? I love hearing people's pet peeves. It's funny.
In music
In anything.
and anything. Oh, biggest pet peeve in music specifically, I think I actually just talked about this, was I don't like when producers are on their phone during my session. Hate it. You're doing your job right now. I'm paying you. You shouldn't be on your phone.
Yeah.
I cannot stand it. I don't have other people in the room. I don't bring people with me on purpose, because this is time. This is time for me to get my stuff done, and I'm paying you to help me get my stuff done. So that's biggest pet peeve.
Yeah.
What's another pet peeve? Things that irritate me. I don't like people who count favors.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Like, I did this for you, and
yeah.
yeah, and try to throw,
Or
yeah.
specifically telling me that you're doing things for me out of the kindness of your heart, and then turning around and saying,
And throwing it
hey,
up in your face.
throwing it up in your face like that. that's a huge like red flag for me. So I guess that's more of a red flag than a pet peeve, but I've had that happen. And so I'm like,
Oh
that
yeah, me too.
makes me feel a type of way. Pet peeves, like just trying to think of like,
Like one of mine is I am such a spelling grammar freak.
oh really?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Because I'm like, bruh, these days you literally have the correct spelling of the words right in your hand. Like there's no excuse. And when
Yeah,
somebody says you're welcome, wow, you are. I'm like, used to I was
right.
that person who would
Yeah.
correct them. Now I don't. I just let my eye twitch and move on, and I'm just like, oh. But it
Uh-huh.
drives. I'm such a grammar. I don't know if it's the writer in me or what, but I am such a grammar spelling
I
freak.
get it. I get it. I get it. I Yeah, I get that. That's a good one too. I don't know. I'm pretty calm, and because I guess another pet peeve is people who like consistently text me. Like if I don't respond, it's because I'm busy and I'll get to your text as soon as I can. And so like when people like blow me up, I don't like that.
Yeah,
Leave me alone. Like it's overwhelming. It makes me feel like I have to get to it, and but I already feel like I have to get to 25 other things. So it
right.
just text other things on me. So I guess that's really it.
I can't stand fakeness.
Mm, fair.
Fake people.
Yeah.
I see it often. It's sad and unfortunate. I've seen so many people who started out real, and then
Mm.
as they grew, changed and switched up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, damn, another one bites the dust, and
Get it.
it's just like, man,
Yeah.
and I can't stand it when someone tells me they're going to do something and
Oh,
then
that's a
that
good one.
they don't do it. And here's the thing, it's not even that you don't do it, you don't even have the decency or respect enough to hit me up and say, yo, I know
Yeah.
I said we was gonna do this or I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna do this, but either, you know what, F you, I ain't doing it, or I changed my mind, or something came up, or
Yep.
anything, but just
Mm-hmm.
ghosting me,
Yeah.
saying you're gonna do this, you're gonna make, like, I've had so many people tell me they're going to mix and master and help me put out my song Pain Music, which is the best
Mm-hmm.
song I've ever written thus far. And
Yeah.
I mean big names, bruh.
Yeah.
And I look like a fool announcing it
Yeah.
to my viewers,
Right.
thinking, oh, these
You don't look
people.
like a fool though. It looks like other people don't keep their word, and that's all it is. That's one that's you just gave me one too. That's another pet peeve of
I
mine.
can't stand it. Cause
Yeah.
look, if I tell you I'm gonna react to something, and say I tell you I'll have it done by Friday. Friday rolls around and I'm sick. I'll message you and
Mm-hmm.
say, hey, I know I told you I'd have that reaction today, but I've been feeling so bad. I
Right.
promise I'll get to it as soon as possible. I'm not gonna give you a date because I don't know when I'll be better, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
tag you as soon as it's done.
Yep.
I at least have that
Right.
respect enough.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a lot of pet peeves. What's a guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure.
Mine's reality TV.
Mine is reality TV. Oh, what's a guilty
That
pleasure?
ratchet shit. Bad Girls Club and
Oh
the
man, I
Real
love those.
Housewives of every city.
See, I don't even watch I honestly have never seen Real Housewives. I've
Oh
never seen
my
Bad
god.
Girls Club.
Oh my
I'm
god.
a huge
Love and
I like
hip hop.
reality TV from the early 2000s,
Yeah.
like Flavor of Love, like
Yeah.
Charm School, Rock of Love, all of those.
Yeah. I
That's
watched
my
all, yes.
yes.
I've watched
Um,
all that.
guilty pleasure. What do I do that I'm like, I probably shouldn't do that. It probably has to do with food and
Yeah.
eating, eating like sweets or something. Them Chick-fil-A cookies and cream milkshakes are my heart. They have my heart.
Mine used to be eating like that, but since I've been sick, I don't eat hardly at all.
Oh yeah.
I don't have much of an appetite anymore, and it sucks.
Yeah.
But okay, what or who are your biggest influences, inspirations for your music? Now
Mm,
this is not your top five or whatever.
yes.
This is just like inspirations, influences.
Yep. People tend to get those mixed up with me a lot
Yes. Yeah.
too, because so obviously I have a top. Biggest influences on my music, specifically how I rap, how I've chosen to create music, have the beat selection, would be the first person will be, or people will be Suicide Boys. Huge Suicide Boys fan. Ski Master Slump God, Smoke Perp, and then we have JID.
Smoke perp.
Smoke Perp. I know, not Lil Pump. Don't.
Well, look, I reacted to this freestyle Smoke Perp did on Tim Westwood, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only time I heard him besides on that poppin' song with KSI.
Yeah.
And the dude didn't even remember where he's from. And I'm just
I
like, I'm like, I said,
I get it.
bruh, I paused it. That reaction's hilarious, by the way. I
Uh-huh.
paused it and I started freestyling. I'm like,
Yeah.
he don't remember where he's from.
Uh.
Either he's that high or dumb.
Mm.
And he sounds so fucking stupid.
I get
He
it.
don't know shit about music.
Uh.
And he only spit one bar the whole time. It was a dick bar. And I'm like, what?
I know. So when I
And
say
so
this,
after that, I'm like, mm-mm.
I get it. It's his beat selection.
Okay.
It's his beat selection. When I first started, but when I was 20 years old, or actually 19, when I was looking for beats, I would look up at the time Lil Pump and Smoke Perk beats.
Type. Yeah, they
And
have
then
good beats.
they
Yeah,
have great beats.
they
And
do.
then I was like, what I'll do is I'll do the Jordan Lucas on it, and I'll rap like I'll bar heavy on these like conventionally trap beats. So that's where I got my style from, was do the songs that you would hear mumble rappers rap on, but just make them really
Lyricism. Yeah,
crispy and add lyricism, add flows and textures and all that kind
I
of stuff.
love it.
Yep.
I love that. So you said it's. I got lost when you said smoke perp. Sorry, I was like,
Oh,
what?
JID, JID,
JID. Okay.
JID.
I've
Yep.
heard a lot of good things about him, but you know, I have not listened to him ever.
I think that you will, if you listen to DiCaprio 2, that's my favorite album by him. You'll love it.
What's
You'll
like
love
a
it.
good starter song?
Good starter song.
Like the first time I'm hearing this dude, you know what I'm saying?
I would say honestly, probably it's the first song on that album, but it's not the first like song that's on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like he has like, oh, it's Slick Talk. It's number 2.
Slick talk. Okay.
It shows because he does a beat switch in it, and so he does the fast rap chopping with bars, and then he switches to boom bap, and it's crazy. And then Kenny Beats did the beat too, and he's one of my like dream producers to work with.
Okay.
So yes.
That's awesome. Okay. Now, who are your top five dead or alive?
Top 5 that are alive. I'm gonna go ahead and put Tupac up there.
Or these are not in order.
Not in order, not in order.
Okay.
Not in order. I don't have any order. Tupac, I do have to put Tech up there. Tech gives me goosebumps. Still, like,
Yes.
because I am such a fan of, even though I try to stay away from that style being my entire style, it's still
It's
yeah, he's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Tech, I would say Eminem. I do have to put M up
So
there.
far, you've got my top three right now.
Oh, there we go. Come on.
My top five consists of 7 people.
Hey, right, exactly.
I got some people tied for number 1 and 2 people tied for number 5. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I say Tupac. So I said Tupac, Tech, M. I'm gonna have to put Hobson up there just because he was a really big influence on me,
He's
even
dope.
starting rap. Yep. And then man, last one, I need to put like a boom bap rapper up there too. I would probably say, I guess maybe, actually no, I'm gonna have to go with Scarface.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
a
have to go
good
with
one.
Scarface. Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Mine are in order.
Okay.
Number 1, Eminem and
Yeah.
Lupe Fiasco.
Ooh, okay. I get it.
Now, Eminem was my number 1 from 1999 by itself. all the way until I was
Yeah.
introduced to Lupe Fiasco like 8-9 months
Mhm.
ago. I had never even heard, but I think one song, and that was when him and Royce were doing the diss thing.
Mhm.
And that's it. And
Yeah.
I had no idea Lupe could do all that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, this dude really spits. Okay. So okay, number 2 is Tupac.
Okay.
R.I.P. Number 3, Tech Nine. Number 4, King Crooked. And then number 5 is a tie between Kendrick Lamar and NF.
Okay. All right, I can see that.
A lot of people, when I say NF, are like, but he is so underrated and slept on.
Mhm.
If people would just take the time, like he just put out a new song called Hope, like last week, and he's dropping a new album April 7th, and I can't wait. And he's so full of substance. He's got a
Mhm.
song with Tech,
Yeah.
Trust. Plus, my little brother introduced me to NF.
Okay.
So there's a little sentimental value there, but that ain't why I put him in my top. He's in my
Right.
top because the dude can rap fast
Mhm.
or slow. He has
Mhm.
substance. He lyricism. He don't cuss, which I highly respect. Which I cuss like a sailor, but I think if you can make me that interested without saying one cuss word, damn, you know,
Yeah,
like.
absolutely.
But his song "How Could You Leave Us"? Have you ever heard of that?
I haven't. I'm not too I don't know too much NF. I listened to his earlier stuff and I think that I need to listen to his newer
Yes,
stuff.
you do.
Yeah, because when I first heard his newest or his older stuff, I was like, he's cool.
Yeah.
But then when he started doing the painting the face and all that, I think that's when
Well, that's you have to start on the journey with them and go through it. You would understand
okay,
all
okay.
that. It's all got meaning. He's huge in symbolism and stuff in his
I love that.
videos and
Okay.
all that. Like,
I know he's like a Christian rapper, right?
no, he hates that too. People put
Oh,
him in that box.
okay.
And he walked out of interview because dude called him that, and he nicely said, "No, dude, I'm not a Christian rapper. Don't put me in that box. Just because
Okay.
I talk about God, just because I don't cuss, does not mean I'm a Christian rapper."
That's fair. And I didn't mean to box him.
Oh, you
That's
good.
what
You're
I
good.
heard. Yeah.
Everybody thinks. A lot of people think that. The dude ended up saying it again in the interview. NF just got up, walked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, I told you,
And good for him for that.
his biggest influences are same as ours,
Yeah.
Eminem and Tupac, and So check out though his music video. You have to watch the video to get the full effect. It's a
Hmm.
true story about his mother,
Okay.
and it's called "How Could You Leave Us."
Okay.
That song is a masterpiece. That if you
Mm.
want to know his lyrical ability, check out "That's a Joke."
Okay.
There's no music video, but just the lyrics or his song with Tech, Trust, Fire.
I think I've heard that one.
So, yeah, he's definitely amazing. All right, now we're going to do really quickly just some of your favorites. What's your favorite movie? And if you
Blade.
can't answer some of them, that's cool. Blade.
Blade.
Mine, I'd have to do it by like genres, but
Uh-huh.
like one of mine is Life with Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence.
Okay, yep, I know that one.
Yeah.
I
All
sure
right,
do.
TV show.
Favorite TV show as of right now. Mm.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's really hard. What's like the one of the what's a series that I mean, I guess I could say Severance.
I hadn't heard
You
of
seen
that.
that one? It's an Apple TV special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one is probably one that I'm the most interested in as of currently, and then another one would be Handmaid's Tales.
Handmaid's Tale
Yeah,
is my
yeah. That's one of the that's one
woo
of the TV shows
girl.
is like if you really want to be just in
Oh,
pain while you're watching, watch
oh,
that.
you can't stop watching it.
You can't stop watching it. I'm big on stories that
Oh yeah,
represent like what the dystopian ideologies of what we are kind of heading towards.
absolutely. I've
Yeah,
said so many times that people think this whole story, the whole narrative of Handmaid's Tale can't happen.
right.
Y'all tripping.
100%.
because it certainly can. And they would do it. 100% would
Yep.
do it. I love that show, but I'm a huge true crime addict.
Okay, fair.
I watch true crime. I'm one of them bitches that falls asleep to murder.
You know, I used to watch a lot of
Like serial killer documentaries. And
I did, but then I started seeing that people kept romanticizing a lot of the serial killers and
yeah,
not really like it no longer became a this is interesting, but it's also like showing like what happened. It's now a oh my God, let's make the serial killer
the good
um
guy, or
like the good guy,
yeah,
or you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, but people actually lost their lives to these people
exactly.
and are also more specifically like Netflix isn't paying, or these big whatevers, they're not paying the families of the people who actually lost their lives
Yeah,
to tell their story. And so I'm like, I kind of steered
yeah.
away, but I used to be the same as you. Oh my God.
Well,
Oh
mainly I watch YouTube channels that do true
yeah, me
crime.
too.
That chapter is my
Okay.
favorite one.
Okay.
This is Monsters. Explore
Okay.
with Us. True Crime Daily. I'm currently though watching the Alec Murdoch murder trial.
Okay.
I'm huge into trials. Like I watched the
Got
whole
you.
Johnny Depp Amber Heard debacle. I was
Really?
obsessed.
Yeah.
And now I'm obsessed with this Alec Murdoch murder trial. And I actually started a second channel. And
Gotcha.
eventually, when I have time, I'm gonna start doing like true crime on it, and I like
Yeah.
live stream and watch the trials and stuff. I love
Yeah.
that stuff. Love it. All right, your favorite comedian?
Ooh, favorite comedian. That's probably Wanda Sykes.
She's great.
She's hilarious. When she came out, that special is one of my top favorite specials of all time.
Mine's Dave Chappelle.
I get it. Yeah, Dave Chappelle's he actually is from, or not from, but he lives in the same he lives like a one house
Yeah.
away from my grandfather,
Oh, that's
my
dope.
grandparents. Yeah. Yeah, in Yellow Springs, Ohio.
I do comedy on TikTok. The
Really?
lip, I
Oh,
lip,
I've seen a few of yours.
and I absolutely love it. Bernie Mac obviously is a favorite.
Okay.
R.I.P. Cat Williams, Kevin Hart,
Mm.
Richard Pryor, R.I.P. Eddie Murphy. I mean, it's so many great comedians. Cheryl Underwood, some more.
I love a lot of them. I think that unfortunately, because like I think me being 25, my humor is a little bit different. And
Yeah,
so like I when I used to watch Eddie Murphy movies, I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And then I grew up and I started seeing some things in Eddie Murphy movies. I was like, I
yeah,
don't really know if I can find this funny now
yeah,
at the age that I am.
yeah.
But I but they are legends in the
Oh,
comedy
yeah.
game, and so I respect it. But yeah, I get it. So
Gary Owen. I think he's funny. Gary
cool.
Owen. Gary Owen.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I have a lot of fun doing that on
Yeah.
TikTok. All right. Your favorite color?
Green.
Mine's black,
Okay. I get it.
then blue, then red.
Hmm.
Your favorite animal?
Cats.
Mine's dogs and elephants. Song.
Favorite
That's
song.
impossible. I couldn't answer that.
I
So
actually, yeah, I had a song. I'm gonna go with the song that popped up in my head first, which is well, actually now because more are popping up. But
yeah.
as of currently, like a song that I play pretty much daily is it's called "Flowers and Honey" interlude by Darius and Crayon.
Okay.
It's yeah,
I've
it's
never
not
heard that.
rap, it's not R&B. I guess it's kind of like neo soul almost.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I couldn't. There's no way I could.
I get it.
I would have to go by genres and
Uh-huh.
or even break it down to artists. Like
Yeah.
there's just no way. Favorite car.
Um, favorite car, favorite car. Oh, that's difficult. I would probably say I like the Porsche Taycans. Porsche Taycan, probably like a 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had one of these and had to let it go because I couldn't afford it. 2013 black Camaro.
Okay.
My son called it the Batmobile. It looked because it looked like the Bat. That was
Absolutely.
a bad mother. But
Absolutely.
the monthly payments was $500 a month.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Saving is it was as high as my rent, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I can't. Yeah, and I cried when I had to let that car go. I did
Mm.
not want to let it go. Now I got a Camry. Your favorite food, like a dish, your last meal on earth, what would you eat?
Ooh. Oh, that's a good one too. What's something I know I can eat?
Mine's
Prob-
lasagna and
Okay,
chicken
listen, I
and
was probably gonna say
dressing.
like an Italian dish,
Mm-hmm.
like a bolognese,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. Or we would go Hispanic and do like a carne asada plate with some like quesadillas on the side.
Yeah.
Love it. Cheese and bread.
Oh, me too.
Yep.
Your favorite cuisine, like kind of food, like Mexican, Italian.
Um, I would probably have to say Italian.
Mine too.
Yeah.
And followed by soul food, like country, southern
Oh, you know what?
soul.
I'm gonna have to put that first. Yeah. I didn't even think of that. I was thinking about like, oh, like countries, but yeah, you're absolutely correct. I was gonna say American, and I was like, well, American could be,
Anything,
yes,
yeah.
soul food is my top for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure, for me.
We could cook down here, boys.
Absolutely. Come on.
I can't, but my mom can.
Yes, 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 yes.
I'd much rather wash dishes than cook any day. I hate cooking.
Okay,
I
okay.
hate it. All right, your favorite non-alcoholic drink.
Shirley Temples.
All right. Like I mean like your go-to, like something you're constantly like you drink all the time.
Oh, water.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my go-to. I honestly don't drink anything other than water unless I'm like at a restaurant.
I can't I well, literally can't drink water now because of my disease. It would actually kill me. But before I couldn't, I still couldn't because it don't have a taste. And I'm just like, how do people like get any
I get it.
enjoyment? And I've always been a huge Mountain Dew girl my
Yeah.
whole life. But it's so weird. I have not drank a Mountain Dew in like 6, 7 months. And
Yeah.
I've been on a cherry Coke over ice kick and
Mm,
just been drinking cherry Coke every day all day. I don't know why. I don't know why it
uh-huh.
switched. I don't know what happened. It's
Yeah.
weird. Weird. Favorite restaurant.
Ooh, favorite restaurant specifically. It's called, I think it's called Ted's Montana Grill. It's in Crystal City, Arlington, Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah,
I,
they have
I
some good
love the Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory is good. People are haters. People don't like Cheesecake Factory because they say, oh, like they don't specialize in anything because their menus are huge. I'm like, yeah, that's more options for me. I
They
love it.
make the best pizza. Their
Yes.
homemade pizza is
They're the
amazing.
best cheesecake too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then Olive Garden and then Cracker Barrel.
Okay. All right.
Your favorite season of the year?
Spring. I'm
Mine's
a rain person.
mine's fall. I can't stand the heat.
I don't like the heat either.
Mm-mm.
But
Your
I like it nice enough, like 60s, where it's like
yeah,
nice to be outside, but it's raining all the
yeah.
time. It's mine.
That right now is thundering and raining and
I love it.
about 60 degrees here right now.
Uh-huh.
All right, your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving. Even though I don't particularly celebrate Thanksgiving,
Right, right, right.
it's when I spend time with my family. Like every year I make sure that I'm with
Yeah,
my family.
the
So
occasion.
the
Yeah,
occasion,
yeah. Mine's Christmas. Your favorite non-religious book?
Hunger Games.
Mine is The Shack by William Paul Young.
Okay.
Great book. I've read that book 4 times. That book changed my life.
Yeah.
Like, if you're grieving, especially, I highly recommend people who are going through grieving a lost one to read that book.
Okay.
Like when I was grieving my little brother, my sponsor in NA
Hmm.
recommended that I read that book. And I'm not a big reader like that.
Got you.
Like I'm the type I'll read the first chapter, and if I'm not
Uh-huh.
interested, I chunk it. I don't.
Yeah.
I couldn't put that book down,
Hmm.
and it changed my whole thought process. It helped me with my grief. Like it.
The
There's
Shack.
a movie of it, and it's alright, but the book,
Okay.
I'm telling you, The Shack by William Paul Young. You can get it on Amazon anywhere for just like $7, $5.
All right, deal. I'm gonna check it out.
Oh my god! All right, your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Mine's football. College football. I don't like pro football
Uh,
because that's like their job. It just don't. To me, it's more heart in college football.
right.
You know, your favorite team?
Basketball. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go with as of right now. I'm debating on if I should just go with the Wizards because that's where I'm from. But realistically, I don't listen. I don't watch the Wizards too
Yeah.
often. I watch the Clippers more than anything.
Okay. Do
Hmm.
you watch football at all?
I don't really watch sports completely. I'll only watch any sports during like their biggest,
Yeah,
so like the Super Bowl
tournaments and stuff.
tournaments and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I only watched the Super Bowl this year for the halftime show.
Yeah. Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this is legendary. They're making history right
Yeah.
here. Your favorite hip hop group?
Group. Ooh, I'm gonna have to say Wu-Tang.
That's a good one.
Wu-Tang Clan.
Who would be your favorite hip hop group like of today that's like
Ooh,
currently popping?
I don't know any groups. I don't know any groups today. I would say Suicide Boys.
Shoe Gang? You never
Oh, I've heard of Shoe Gang. Yes, I know Shoe Gang. I
Coast
need to get
Contra?
more into their stuff. I need to. Coast Contra is also dope. I don't listen to their music, so I'm going based off of who I listen to. I know that they're talented artists.
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen their videos, all of those. I listen to Suicide Boys more than anything.
Okay. My favorite rap group of today is Shoe Gang,
Okay,
followed by Coast Contra. And my favorite old school rap group would probably be, I mean, they're really not a group, they're a duet, but Outcast.
that's fair. It's a good one too. Yep.
I mean, Andre, bruh, come
Yeah.
on, bruh.
I think yeah. Yep, yep. Same as you.
R&B group,
Boys to Men.
yes,
Or
ma'am.
or Escape for me.
I love Escape. I love SWV.
Mm-hmm.
I love TLC.
Mm-hmm.
I love all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. R&B artist.
R&B artist. Hmm.
It's hard.
I would say of all time, I had to say Mariah Carey.
She's great.
Yeah. But also
Definitely.
she's kind of a pop artist, but I
Yeah.
think she's considered R&B.
Mary J.
Mm-hmm. Mary J.
It
Blige.
is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many though that I love. Usher.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't condone what he did in any way, but his music is fire. R. Kelly.
I know it's like the worst because his music is fantastic, but
I
it's like,
don't care what
damn, man.
anybody says. Y'all know y'all like his music. Shut up. But I do not condone in any way, shape, or form
Yes, no,
what he did.
definitely not.
I don't give him no money because, see, I was around when he popped off. So I
Mm.
still have all the CDs.
So no more money. Give
So...
him no more money. No more streaming.
All right. Your favorite band, like any
Ooh,
genre.
yes, I have a couple, but my number one of all time probably Nirvana.
Ooh, girl.
Yes,
R.I.P. Kurt Cobain.
I actually met with not Kurt, Dave,
Okay.
the girl. Yeah, yeah, I met him at the when I was working at Apple.
That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite band of all time is Queen.
Out fair. It's good band.
R.I.P. Freddie Mercury.
Yep.
Bruh. Your favorite genre music? R&B.
Mm-hmm.
Mine too. With hip
Mm-hmm.
hop at a very close second.
Yep.
And then your favorite artist, any genre?
Favorite artist ever.
Mine's Michael Jackson.
That fair. Go on. Favorite artist ever. Ooh, just because I really appreciate this person, how they can rap, how they can sing, how they can just create sonically sounds Doja Cat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just
I've never listened to much of her, so.
she has like if you sonically she knows what she's doing, and
Mhm.
more so I watched her perform,
She's
and she's
beautiful.
just an art. Well, and barring that, like yeah, she's obviously gorgeous, but she's a fantastic performer. She's an artist, like she's a
Yeah.
artist, and I think we're missing artists in this kind of new generation of music.
I found a UK artist recently. His name is Rin,
Okay.
who is phenomenal. Modern day Shakespeare. This dude can
Hmm.
rap, sing, play guitar,
Mm.
fucking write his ass off. He does it all.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I've never seen anything like it in my 42 years of life. And
Wow.
that's saying a lot. All right. Now, you work with artists like Joyner Lucas,
Mm-hmm.
Tech Nine.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like?
Uh, both were great.
And
Uh,
congrats, by the way. That's
thank
amazing.
you. Thank you. Working with Tech was cool. Actually, so I never got to when I recorded my verse for his song, it was really like he sent me the song, I sent it back.
You crushed it, bro.
Thank
You
you.
killed
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. I wrote it. I think I sent it back to him, not the same day, but I sent it back like about two days later. I wrote it that night or
Yeah.
finished it that night. I recently got to go to Strange and I put a verse down for Joey Cool in Strange Music. And then I also Tech needed like background vocals for a few of his songs.
That's
And
dope.
so I got to do some of those. And that was really cool because it was nice to like I had an idea about how he wanted me to do it one way, and I was like, okay, but what if I do it these three different ways? And then you can I was using my R&B knowledge. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
harmonize, I can do this. And he was like, that's a great idea. And then if you could do it like this too. And like, so actually working with him was awesome because he's just so like happy is essentially what I can
Yeah.
say. Like he loves this
The
shit.
craft. Oh,
He
he,
loves this shit.
yes.
And
Yes.
at his big age, he loves this shit. And I
Mm.
love that for him. And I love to see that he's been doing this longer than I've been alive.
Oh,
And
bruh.
he hasn't lost the passion for his
It's
music.
amazing. He's so
So
consistent. I mean,
incredibly consistent.
I mean, works his ass off
He's the only consistent, like
big time. Yeah.
superstar, yeah, that
Yeah.
I've ever met. Because he's a superstar to me. And
Absolutely.
I don't think people understand this because
Number one independent artist and
exactly.
label in the world.
I mean, and when I took like I've gone to events that have nothing to do with strange music, and if you say Tech's name, the entire crowd is going to scream.
Yeah.
Like to have that much influence, that's
Yeah.
superstar. He
Yeah.
created an entire cult of people who have freaking like little forums about him, Tech
Yeah.
Nine forums on
Yeah.
Reddit. Like that's a superstar, and but people don't get it because he never went mainstream.
Right. And
And
that's
so
sad. And he's worked with everybody. He's got songs with Tupac and
exactly.
Eminem and
And he's
everybody.
well respected. It's once again, it's one man's raps and one man's craft and one man's and also like I like to say person because I want to feel like I can do that too.
Yeah.
I
Well, he's a great person.
absolutely.
And the support and love he shows to others,
Mm-hmm.
to me, at his level.
Yep.
Like, he don't have to show little old reactors like me no kind of attention. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it.
And it's just like, I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Just very humble, very down to earth, and just a dope. He spit his first ever rap for me when I interviewed him,
Wow.
using his hand and his arm to make the beat on his chest
Yeah.
and rapped. And I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's
It's that
just
guy.
amazing.
That guy.
Okay, who is your dream collab?
Dream collab. I would say Pharrell on beats, making music with Pharrell. And then I'm gonna have to put Kendrick up
Yeah,
there. Dream collab. M as well.
yeah,
Yeah. M, Kendrick, probably J. Cole too.
yeah.
Dream collabs.
Have you ever signed to a label?
Never. Never, never, never.
Okay. Would you sign to a label?
I'm not opposed to taking any meetings with anybody that has feels like they
If
can
it's
influence my
right.
career. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Do you I'm sure you do you get recognized in public?
I have been recognized in public a few times. Yeah.
What does that feel like?
It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's a great experience, great feeling. But I tend to get recognized a lot too, like at concerts.
yeah,
And people like are almost intimidated to come up and talk to me, and I'm like, please don't be.
yeah,
Like I tell everyone every day, all the time, I say, I'm a regular person that spent a lot of
yeah.
time perfecting my craft. That's it.
I saw your Colorado Springs recap and that was
Yeah.
so dope. I thought
Yeah.
that was so dope. I'm like, look
Mhm.
at Lex, go. I love it. What does it feel like to know your people's inspiration? I know, you know, Grace
Hmm.
the Queen. She
Love
talks
her.
about you're her biggest inspiration.
Oh man, I'm excited. I think I'm gonna send her my
She's
EP
dope.
early. She's
She's
incredible.
she can rap, and
She
I
can
just
rap.
tell her you just got to work on your confidence, and
That's
once
it.
you get that down,
Confidence in her
girl.
cadence. Yeah.
If I wish I try to rap, and I know I'm not a rapper. I'm not dumb, you know. I know music, but I do it because I love it.
Hmm.
It's therapeutic, and I enjoy it. I don't think I'm like dumpster garbage or nothing, but I know I'm not good,
I
you
wouldn't
know.
say you can't say that. You can't say you're not good. You can't say that. What you can say is that you haven't spent years and years working on getting better at the way that you are vocalizing it.
Yeah. Well, I
But
mean, if you look back to the first time I tried to rap, which was just January 1st, 2020,
there you go. Come on, man.
I was
Speak it.
39. 39.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, if you look
But
back
don't
to the
say that. I don't like that. I need more confidence in you too.
well, I struggle with that. But now I'm very confident in my writing.
In your pen. Okay.
My pen,
You won.
motherfucker, woo boy. That's my best friend right there.
Uh-huh.
But I'm very confident in my writing.
Yes.
But my rapping, like I think I do well. Like I can when I'm feeling like I'm trash, I will go listen to the first thing I ever tried to rap on my channel. And then
Mm-hmm.
I'll listen to my, in my opinion, best song I've written, Pain Music. And I'm like, you know, you've gotten better. You've
Yeah.
gotten better. You still need work,
Yeah,
but you've
absolutely.
gotten better, you know,
Yep.
especially to not have any production. And I do everything in one take,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So,
Mm-hmm.
but, so what does it feel like to know your people's inspiration?
It feels crazy. Like it feels not real. Like when people say that, I don't believe them.
Surreal.
It's very surreal. It's like, why me almost, you know?
You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's why. What are you talking about? Have you
People,
heard yourself? Come
yeah, but
on.
I hear it from my super critical ear. I've never heard it. I've never heard myself from a fan perspective. You know what I mean? I never heard myself from someone who didn't sit there and write it with myself because I'm always with myself.
Right. I
And
get it.
so when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, well, I could have did
Yeah.
this way, or I could have said this instead. And
We're always our own biggest critic, our own
yep,
worst enemy.
yep,
That's just how it is for
that
some
is.
crazy reason.
Yeah.
Has YouTube helped your career?
Yeah. Yeah. I would say not my YouTube channel specifically, but doing YouTube videos with like Crips. Rustage over in the anime community,
Futuristic.
Futuristic, Jubilee, doing videos and stuff like that has definitely helped get my name out there.
And TikTok has been
TikTok
big
also
for you.
is pretty big
Yeah.
for me as well.
Yeah.
Yep. TikTok is how I actually got my biggest song right now with Connor Price.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that song?
Receipts.
I need to
4 or 5
check that.
million now. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
need to check that out. It seems like I remember y'all announcing that a few months. How long has it been?
2 years.
2 years?
Almost a year and a half, I guess.
It don't seem like it's been that long. I still got it. I don't think I've heard that song. I'll
Mm-hmm.
have to check it out. I know I love the R&B song you did with Futuristic.
Yes, love that one.
I love that song. If you could rid the world of one thing, what would it be?
Ooh, elitism.
What's that?
Just like basically the feeling of being or power, essentially.
Okay.
The ability to have power and the ability to have or exclusivity,
Okay.
you know, creating a top and making all of us, the rest of us, try to
Yeah.
fight for scraps.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
My answer used to be sickness,
Mm-hmm.
but then Tech gave me his answer, and now I use his answer because it literally covers everything.
Mm-hmm.
Evil,
Okay.
because evil.
But
Co-
here's the thing, and this is where like I would even talk to him about it. Without evil, you wouldn't have art. You wouldn't have art without evil. You wouldn't have, you know what I mean? Or all art would be good, and if all art is good, then all art is mediocre.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. He wouldn't have Iba
Yeah.
if evil didn't exist.
Yeah.
But I get it. I understand the sentiment of
Right.
wanting to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of things like sickness,
Right. Of course.
murder,
Of course.
uh, R wording people, and PEDOPHILIA, all that stuff,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, racism, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your biggest goal for your life and your biggest goal for your career.
Biggest life goal is to be accepting of myself and fully, and knowing that I was having a human experience during all of my mistakes, and basically forgiving
Yeah,
myself and those around me. Career goals, I would like to have a very successful rap career that can turn into me having a platform to use it for good.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any announcements or shout outs you would like to make?
I'm releasing my EP on technically Sunday, but Saturday night.
Okay.
Um, and I'm
So
running
that's
around
what
March 5th.
March 5th, and
March 5th.
it's called.
It's called 1222.
Okay.
That's my angel number. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. King ISO's on it, Joey Cool's on it. Got a couple of other artists on there that are not necessarily known, but I'm trying to make sure I represent for the DMV, Maryland, all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's my big announcement. It's my EP is dropping. I haven't dropped an EP since
Awesome.
2020. And so it's almost been 3 years.
Congrats.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear it.
Absolutely.
And any shout outs?
A big shout out to you, everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Shout out to Grace.
Yes.
Fantastic. Grace, you're amazing.
Yes.
Every time you tag me in something, I'm always listening, and I love to see it. I love to hear it. And shout out to Tech. Shout out to lots of people. I
The
shout out to
little
my mama,
bro.
my little brother, obviously. And yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Lex, for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to little old me. I really appreciate it. I'm truly honored and grateful. So thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Y'all, comment below y'all's thoughts. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Lex. Her link to her channel will be in the description box. Check out her new EP 12/22. Like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. And please subscribe to my channel, y'all. All right, y'all. April G. Squad. Fist bump. Love y'all. And we'll see y'all in just a little bit. Peace out.